We continuously expect awareness from people who aren't even self-aware.
Let them eat cake.
Who took the bomb?
Hailey Bailey just accidentally started a revolution against the rich and famous. People are upset with Hailey Bailey because she posted this video. You see, while at the Met Gala, she posted a video with a sound that said, "Let them eat cake." Now, due to that context, people feel that what Hailey Bailey did was not only extremely out of touch, but some people are even going as far to call it sinister for her to use that audio.
She knew exactly what she was doing.
Pair your Met Gala look with this sound and to essentially say, well, I'm sorry you're suffering, but I'm out here having a great time.
They finally said let them eat cake out loud. You might have just unlocked the rage of millions of people, and I would suggest looking into how that story ends.
This is why people are triggered. So not only is that influencer saying let them eat cake at a time when regular people in the United States can't afford groceries.
I never would have chosen a sound on purpose to highlight wealth disparity or elitism. I never even thought it would be taken in that way because I wasn't elite enough to even be invited to the Met Gala because I'm not elite. I'm a normal person.
Hello, my name is Salem, and I just ordered a 6-piece from Popeyes with extra Cajun mashed potatoes on the side. Thank you for that. Do you guys even remember me? It's been like 2 whole months since I've last uploaded. If you guys have forgotten me, it is me, Salem, and welcome back to my Chanel ASMR commentary. Hi. Do you guys like my sweatshirt? It's Gail from Baldur's Gate.
Why he kind of look like Hosier?
If you guys have been wondering where I've been, I was like so incredibly bedriddenly sick for almost 3 weeks straight. I'm pretty sure I had something called walking pneumonia. At one point, I even had to go to the emergency room. But alas, the American healthcare system just told me,
there's nothing wrong with you, just drink water.
And then after that, I went to a couple of concerts, and then I went to Vegas. And then when I came back home, I just kind of procrastinated, because honestly, I just didn't feel like coming back. But now I'm back. I'm ready to jump back on the YouTube horse and ride it. Pause. Don't even. We don't get down like Vosh around here, okay? I have missed so much. The internet suffered without my presence. Like, y'all really needed me. First things first, Jojo Siwa. Why? She really went from My Littlest Pet Shop to a knockoff Kiss member. She was a bad girl. She did some bad things. Oh, Lord have mercy. That's what I get for singing such a cursed song. Yeah, she was a bad girl and she did do bad things, such as hanging out with James Charles and Colleen Ballinger. Kendrick Lamar absolutely destroyed Drake. Rest in peace, Drake. You unfortunately will not be missed. The only people who will be missing you are your 15 other children who don't get to see you on Christmas. Oh my gosh, I also missed like the whole JLo hate train thing that was going on. I have never actually met a real life JLo fan. JLo is JLo's biggest fan.
I like taking my hair out like this. It reminds me like when I was 16 in the Bronx, running up and down the block. A crazy little girl, be wild and no limits, all dreams.
Okay. Whatever that means.
She doesn't even sing her own songs, and she's rude as hell.
What are you wearing tonight?
Speaking of the Met Gala, apparently I missed that too. I swear, I don't know the actual schedule for the Met Gala. It just happens when it happens, and I miss it every time because I don't care. But I do like judging their outfits. Miss Zendaya slayed. Tyla reinforced my body dysmorphia. 8. Ariana Grande came to destroy not only the red carpet, but also families and marriages, you know. Kim Kardashian left crumbs. This is real fashion. This to me is giving Versace, you know. And surprisingly, for once, there wasn't a lot of influencers there being annoying. However, there was one influencer that went viral recently named Hailey Bailey. Hailey Bailey is a TikToker with 10 million followers. Okay, well, my bad. 9 million followers after this whole debacle. Hailey Bailey is known for comedy skits and looking like the female version of Handsome Squidward. She recently got into some hot water by pissing off like a bunch of people for doing a Met Gala look. Now you might think at first, wow, the internet truly has nothing better to do. Now they're getting mad at people sharing their outfits, which first of all, yes, but This time, it's a little deeper than that, guys. It's a little deeper. She recently went onto TikTok to share a video of her Met Gala inspired outfit. And her video went incredibly viral. Not because of the beautiful makeup or the look, but instead it went viral because it got a lot of criticism due to the audio Miss Hailey Bailey used.
Let them eat cake.
So if you're confused as to why people would see that and get upset, it's mostly because of 3 things, okay? First, timing. Second, the term let them eat pastel. And 3, the apology afterwards. There are many people who are confused as to what let them eat cake means. So put on your thinking caps because this is going to be a quick historical lesson from me. Let them eat cake is a phrase commonly attributed to Marie Antoinette, the Queen of France during the French Revolution. The French Revolution was during a time where the rich were getting richer and the poor were getting poorer, and this led to an overthrowing of the French monarch. Let them eat cake. This phrase is supposed to reflect her obliviousness and her callousness to the struggle of the brokies. It was a response from Marie Antoinette when being told that her subjects had nothing to eat. So sis was like, okay, let them eat cake then. For modern translation, Marie Antoinette basically said, okay, well, it's your fault that you're poor, dirty, and ugly. So why don't you just go eat air? Like, if you're homeless, just go buy a house. Like, she was giving very that. And then the peasants were like, oh, okay, how about we just slay you? And then she got the guillotine. The phrase has since gone to kind of represent this dystopian discrepancy within the classes of wealth in the world, where the rich are kind of always oblivious to the lower classes' real struggles. Fast forward to modern days, people are saying that Hailey Bailey is the modern representation of Marie Antoinette, and that her using that audio of her showing off her Met Gala look, an event that represents the very, very wealthy, while there is a lot of horrible stuff going on in the world right now, gave the same energy. A lot of people were like, how about we give her the modern day version of the guillotine? Getting blocked. It just led to a whole thing. Just as the death of Marie Antoinette started a whole revolution, people are believing that giving influencers and celebrities the social guillotine will do the same. People are saying that this whole thing is giving District 12 vibes. We really do be living in the real life Hunger Games, I'm not even gonna lie. Of course, people dragged Hailey Bailey by her greñas, and she then decided to follow up to this backlash by doing an apology video. She apologized for using the audio. She said that she didn't understand the social implications behind it or the historical implications behind it. She said that she just used an audio that matched her outfit and that many other people were using that audio, so she didn't think any less or more of using that audio. And honestly, I believe her.
Because influencers are actually surprisingly not as aware as everyone thinks they should be.
This is getting serious. Let me put my mushroom down. Many people did not respond to this apology well and did not believe her when she said that she did not know what the audio meant, accusing her of being malicious, evil, intentionally harmful, etc., etc. Despite there being so many other people who had no idea what the phrase even meant. In fact, there is no proof that Marie Antoinette even said this either. So why are people freaking out over this whole thing? Why do we take influencers and celebrities so incredibly serious, especially ones who are clearly really well off, have never had real jobs in their life, don't even know the price of milk nowadays, people who think it's justifiable to pay $15 for an Air One smoothie just because Hailey Bieber shops there? These are the people you guys really want to be your moral compass? Make it make sense. We continuously expect awareness from people who aren't even self-aware. Let me cook. I was putting in the vegetables, okay? I was seasoning the broth, but now I'm putting in the chili peppers, okay? I know this one's gonna be a little spicy, but bear with me because I have a lot to say and I have a feeling that you might just agree with me or not. And if you don't, then just be nice about it because I just a little guy and it kind of hurts my feelings. So get into your pajamas, get into bed with me, grab some Wawa. Oh my god, my water bottle just spilled everywhere. I love being an absolute mess. It's my favorite. So grab some water, grab some snacks, relax, and let's get into this. You know, let's just chit chat. Let's do a debrief of all of this. But of course, before we get into today's topic, I haven't uploaded in like a million days. So shout out to Rocket Money for sponsoring today's video. If you want to save money and be on top of your expenses, Rocket Money got you covered. Don't know where that extra $25 are going at the end of the month that you could have used for McDonald's fries? Rocket Money has you covered. Rocket Money is an app that allows you to manage your subscriptions, lower your bills, make custom budgets, and grow your savings all in one place. My absolute favorite feature of Rocket Money is the fact that you save so much time canceling subscriptions because they do it for you fast and efficiently. Another feature that I absolutely love is the lowering your bills feature. Simply by uploading a photo of your bill and tapping a few buttons, Rocket Money will negotiate your bills for you, which is absolutely amazing. As someone who freezes up on the phone, it has been a massive help in my life financially, and Rocket Money can also be that for you too. Join over 5 million members using Rocket Money today. Go to rocketmoney.com/Salem or click the link in the description to get started today for free. Part 1. Influencers trying to be relatable, double standards, and cake. So I have already touched on the whole let them eat cake controversy. Her original TikTok has been deleted, but there are TikToks upon TikToks of people stitching, duetting, remixing, whatever there is nowadays to her TikTok, just giving her a lot of criticism.
They finally said let them eat cake out loud. You might have just unlocked the rage of millions of people, and I would suggest looking into how that story ends.
This is why people are triggered. Regular people in the United States can't afford groceries.
And due to this, she then made an apology. Like I mentioned earlier, if you guys were listening, that's right, I'm talking to you. Now, when I first reacted to the beginning part of this apology video, I actually thought she did a pretty good job addressing everything.
This now brings me to the audio that I used for that particular video. And first and foremost, before I say anything, I need to apologize. I am so sorry. My dumb self just used an audio that I thought was viral and trending and that people recognized from the Marie Antoinette 2006 movie.
Let them eat cake.
The sound choice truly had no deeper meaning. I never would have chosen a sound on purpose to highlight wealth disparity or elitism. I never even thought it would be taken in that way.
Wow, that sure was a good explanation. I hope she doesn't ruin it with anything else.
Taken in that way because I wasn't elite enough to even be invited to the Met Gala because I'm not elite. I'm a normal person.
Girl, well, I spoke too soon. A normal person? A normal person? I don't think a normal person has 9 million followers on TikTok or lives in an apartment that costs like $10,000 a month, okay? Oh my god, it's actually $17,000 a month. What the? I feel like this apology has definitely made the backlash a million times worse. She actually was doing a very good job addressing everything, but it wasn't until she pulled the whole relatability card. You are not relatable, and that's actually okay. If there is one thing that Hailey Bailey got right in her apology, is that there is definitely a double standard going on right now. Am I being gaslit? This is the most influencer thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm just like you guys, I swear. Video. You forgot the ukulele. Okay, let's not take it that far, y'all. There is no way that some of you guys are comparing her to a literal because of her using a bad TikTok audio at a bad time. Watching from District 12, they said as they scroll on their iPhone 12 Max Pro the third that was made by the most exploitative company ever that makes $383.3 billion a year, while they used an app that literally funded the Met Gala, the very event that they're supposedly mad at. If you really wanted to make a difference, we could all just delete TikTok from our phones. I understand why having a phone may be a necessity nowadays, but TikTok is definitely not a necessity. I feel like people are valid in feeling angry and wanting some sort of justice or starting a movement, but I feel like they're misplacing their anger and justice in the wrong areas. I literally saw someone criticizing Hailey Bailey for her apartment while living in an apartment like this, and then when people were calling her out about her also living in a nice place, she was like, y'all, I just pay $5,000 of rent, which is not even a lot. Like,
The call is coming from the inside of the house.
there's definitely a double standard there, is the usage of audio. One of the points Hailey Bailey brought up is how there were also many other users and TikTokers who were using that same exact sound. However, she's the only one who got a lot of criticism for it.
When I film my TikToks, I love to use trending audios and sounds that people are currently using, and this was one of them. The sound has been used in over 110,000 TikTok videos. It's the current trending audio of a glow-up trend in the United States and abroad. It's also been used by different makeup artists in the last couple weeks to create Marie Antoinette looks.
Let them eat cake.
Who took the bomb?
Been used by big and small creators alike, with no negative feedback or no negative discussion in the comments.
Let them eat cake.
Who took the bomb?
Let them eat cake.
Who took the bomb?
Let them eat cake.
Who took the
Let them eat cake. Let them eat cake.
Who took the bomb?
The sound choice truly had no deeper meaning.
Unfortunately, because Hailey Bailey lied about attending the Met Gala, she did in fact attend a Met Gala after party. And unfortunately, because her apology came across tone deaf, these really good points did not come across whatsoever. But outside of the context of the apology video, these points remain true, even outside of her situation. As an audience, we pick and choose what to be mad at. What things slide, what things don't slide, what things pass, and what things don't. And it can at times get very confusing. Part 2. The good, the bad, and the business of influencing. Why some are good, why some are bad, and why some say nothing. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and act like, I don't know why you guys are being so mean to her. Like, she's human too. I get it, okay? I'm not finished with the soup yet. I'm not finished with the soup, so don't taste it. It's too hot to take a sip of right now, okay? I genuinely believe that it was just such wrong timing. And I know there's so many people who are saying that there was no way that she could have not known what that audio meant. And that is a very hard pill for the audience to swallow, because they expect people with platforms to know things. But then again, there are people like the Kardashians who have massive platforms and they don't know nothing about anything. They don't even have talent. This is the reality of many big, rich, privileged celebrities and influencers nowadays. Are people valid in being upset? Yes. Are you allowed to give criticism? Yes. Am I trying to infantilize the majority of influencers or Hailey Bailey? No, I'm simply trying to have a realistic approach to the situation. We definitely need to have people who have platforms be educated, be in the loop of current affairs. And it's not much to ask them to be aware of these things or speak out on these things. However, I think we need to stop being surprised when these people who are out of touch approach a problem very wrong. And that's because that is not their expertise. These people are not philosophers. They are not politicians. I wouldn't go to James Charles to talk to our children about internet safety. You know, it's like giving very much that. We need to give this energy to people who know how to use it. People with influence. Oh, my Sour Patch bag. People with influence. No, not that type of influence for some reason. This type of influence. There is a difference between a content creator and an influencer. And here's the thing. Every influencer is a content creator. But not every content creator is an influencer. It kind of is the same thing, but there's differences here and there. A content creator, their main focus is primarily on producing original content, such as videos, podcasts, other forms of digital media. And the majority of their purpose is to inform, entertain, educate based on their expertise, passion, and creativity. Now, the influencer kind of does the same, but their content is more monetization based. Their main focus is leveraging their online presence and follower base to influence the audience's purchasing decisions or to influence their audience's opinions and behaviors on things that are trending. The main purpose of their content is to promote brands, start trends themselves. Many people accidentally tie the two together or don't know the difference. So I feel like that is what's causing the expectations to be kind of very warped. But the way that we can really determine who to really target when it comes to these things of who do we want to talk about what is look at their niche. What is their content? what do they influence specifically? If you are looking at a content creator that is more on the influencer side of things, bases their entire content on sponsorships, brands, reviews, stuff like that, gets a lot of free PR, is more on the business side of things, they're most likely not going to speak up on the things that you want them to speak up about. This is because the majority of content creators who are more influencer based care about being brand friendly, and brand friendly means don't speak up about anything. Just review this lip gloss, okay? Here's $50,000. Now, this doesn't go to say that some content creators who are more influencer based aren't educated or are dumb, because it's a bad generalization and I would never go with that. If a large content creator and or influencer or celebrity wants to speak out on something that they're passionate about, they should be able to. But they don't. The brand-friendly content creator, celebrity, and or influencer who have grown their platform on being relatable, the funny one, the not so serious one, struggle with this the most. And this type of influencer is pretty common nowadays. Even Hailey Bailey's bio saying, "A land where nothing is serious." They're afraid to go against their own branding. If their branding is the funny one, the relatable one, the not serious one, how are they gonna look when they break it by being serious? Honestly, it is not that deep, but to the influencer, it is, because they navigate more in the lens of being a brand versus the content creator who tends to create on the basis of what inspires them. However, both influencer and content creator have been labeled and seen as one-dimensional. They either make one type of content, beauty, comedy, commentary, etc., etc., but they cannot dip into both. And because of this, many of these influencers and content creators are afraid to step out of that one-dimensional content creation pattern or box. They're afraid to break that fourth wall. They're afraid to break the one dimension. Influencers and content creators at the end of the day are human too, and humans are multidimensional beings. So why don't the majority of influencers and content creators and even celebrities dare to break that fourth wall, dare to break the one dimension? Well, could it be possible that we don't let them? Kinda. Final part: distrust, paranoia, and burning witches. In general, there has been this huge distrust that I've noticed with social media influencers and content creators. Because of the years and years of scams ran by influencers, content creators doing the most sus stuff with their fans, this, and so much more that, bro, I don't even want to think about right now. And it strangely created this culture and atmosphere of extreme paranoia that every influencer is lying to you, that they're secretly under your bed late at night trying to sell you a cheap lipstick from TikTok shop at 3 a.m. So when an influencer does a little oopsie, it is already being translated and viewed through the lens of the premeditated resentments and mass paranoia. That's why whenever an influencer like Hailey Bailey tries to explain their mistake, it seems almost virtually impossible to ever think in any some sort of, universe within the multiverse that maybe possibly there could be a chance that maybe she genuinely didn't mean it to be harmful. Her response was awful, yes, I'm not defending that, but I believe that two things can be true at once. The fact that people are saying that she needs to get the guillotine, dude, that's crazy. I don't understand why we are so unconditionally loving towards male influencers and why we're so callous towards women influencers. Male influencers are allowed to be goofy and have fun and get things wrong and make mistakes. They're allowed to film bodies in a forest and still go on to have a very beautiful, thriving career. But guys, he's just being a little silly guy. He didn't know any better. There was no way for him to know any better. Plus, it was such a long time ago. Can't you guys just be nice and merciful? No one giving that energy to any female creator, bro. Throughout history, women have always been the scapegoat to every revolutionary movement. Even in history, women could be standing there and doing nothing and people are like, witch! Seeing that in a modern day lens where they're seen as disposable, as people who can't grow or learn, as people who aren't worthy of unconditional love, as we have seen time and time again, that is given to male influencers all the time. But no matter how you identify, people rely way too heavily on influencers to be their guides in life, to be their moral compass. And I just don't agree with that. This is gonna sound cheesy, but you've sometimes gotta be your own influencer. I said it. I said it. I said it. I said it. Sue me. You still have influence. You have influence with your parents, with your siblings, with your Uncle Gary at Thanksgiving. You still have influence. It just looks a little different, but that's okay, guys. Let's focus on the people who do care. Let's focus on the people who want to learn, the influencers who are trying, and let's stop being so angry at the people who are getting it wrong. If they're continuously getting it wrong, turn off your phone and go outside. I don't know. I think what I'm trying to say is it's not that deep, but it also is. You just gotta find your version of deep, okay? And you gotta find the right people to dig that deepness with, all right? And with that being said, honestly guys, that is all I had to say for today's video. I have to pee so bad. It's not even funny. Thank you guys so much for watching and hearing me yap. If you guys made it to the end of the video, comment down a duck emoji down below to let me know that you watched the entire thing and you win an internet hug. Bring it in, pal. If you guys haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe, and also hit that notification bell right by the subscribe button so you get notified whenever I upload, and comment down below what you think, but be nice about it or else I'll cry. You guys can also follow me on Instagram at _Salem Tovar _. I also have a podcast called the Salem Tovar Podcast. I know, so creative. It's on Apple Music, Spotify, and any streaming platform. Go ahead and give it a listen. And honestly, that is it for today's episode. Y'all know I gave you guys some homework. Be nice, and that's it. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.